All right, all right. Hello, hello, group number one. Thank you for tuning in to Hollywood Oracle. Thank you for coming back if you've been here before, and thank you for tuning in if you've this is your first time tuning in. All right. So what was the read? I swear, I always forget what the reads are about, but this one is about who is admire. What do people admire about you? There you go. All right. Don't quote me. Right. What do people admire about you? Let's see what cards are picked here. Forgiveness in the reverse. All right. I did shuffle, so I'll just draw your cards here. What's going on? How have you guys been? First part here is third party. Second card here is love. Next card here is death. Next card here is fun in the reverse. Reflection in the reverse. Admire in the upright. All right. We have children in the upright. Surrender in the reverse. And four more, please. Four more. Oh, gotcha. We have deception in the upright. Three more. Come on now. Truth in the reverse. Marriage in the reverse. One more here. We have shame in the upright. All right, bottom of the deck is strength in the reverse. So let's see what's going on with you, group number one. Just gonna straighten these cards here for a sec. Wasn't really straight, was it? Slanted as hell. All right, so your card is forgiveness in the reverse, group number one. So this is what do people admire about you. I'm definitely seeing forgiveness here. I feel like with it being reversed, what people admire about you is, I want to say you're able to forgive people, but you definitely don't forget their actions. So what people admire about you is like, I feel like your cutoff game is strong, right? So if somebody does you wrong, and they come to apologize, you might accept that apology, or maybe you won't. Actually, I mean, I'm getting like it's a very cold. You you might be very cold towards people who have done you wrong in some type of way, and that's something that people admire about you. Because I just got like a rush of cold. I was literally just saying before I started the tape, I was like, "Damn, I'm cold. Like I should get something to put on." So what people admire about you is just kind of like the coldness. So even if somebody does apologize to you, I'm not saying that you actually even accept that apology, but what you do is you never forget what that person's actions were towards you, and that's what people admire. Like if you don't, I kind of feel like you're one of those people, like either you're friends with them or you're not. Like there really is no in between. You're not going to smile with them, hang out with them, tolerate them, anything. It's like you just go completely cold, and that's what people admire about you. We have the third party card, so I feel like something that people admire about you um, is third party here is that you're able to multitask, you're able to do multiple things, you're able to keep organized even when you're doing multiple things. So that's something that people admire about you, is the fact that like you can keep multiple things going and stay organized, and you can do it with or at least you make it look easy, right? We have the next card, which is love. And what people admire about you is I feel like you're a very loving person. Once you know, I don't even want to say once you get to know. I feel like you're a very loving person just in general. Like, for myself, for example, I treat everyone with the same respect that they give me. So, and that might be something that you do as well. You're kind of open, loving, kind of willing to, you know, um, talk to people, talk to new people. You don't stay in the same circles, and that's something that people admire about you. Also, I'm kind of giving that you could be a great lover, and that's something that people admire about you. Maybe you have a great relationship with the person that you're currently with. So overall, just you're a loving person. Your next card here is the death card, and I feel like with the death card, um, what people admire about you is you're definitely, like I said earlier, you're definitely one of those people who can really just kind of cut things off. Like that's the end. You're able. What people admire about you is your how when you say something, you mean it, and that's the end of it, right? There is no, but I want to, I'll change or anything like that. You're just kind of like, this is, I've made up my mind, and this is my decision. And that's why I feel with the deaf card, that's what people admire about you, is how you can say something and keep to it. um People admire about you with the fun in reverse card. I feel like with the fun in reverse card, what people can admire about you is the fact that like you might be somebody who has fun regardless of the situation that you're in. So, with the fun card not being in the upright, I feel like you're somebody who definitely tries to have fun, maybe at work, to get like through the day, or what people find admiring about you and take how it resonates. They might find you very like a very serious kind of person. Maybe you're just somebody who knows the what's the saying? There's a time and place for everything, so you know when to work, when to have fun. You're a very person who can kind of read the room, and kind of adjust yourself to how things need to be. So what the next card, we have reflection here in the reverse. I feel like again with the reflection in reverse, kind of taking off from the forgiveness card in the reverse, I feel like what people admire about you is you're able to kind of meet people, and you can see whether or not they've done any type of shadow work on themselves, or you're able to just really kind of pick up on people's vibes to see if they are somebody who reflects on their actions, or reflects on what they've done in the past and are trying to better themselves in the future. And I think that's something that people admire about you, is the fact that you're able to notice those things about certain people, like the people to stay away from, the people who are a certain type of way. Admirer in the upright, I feel like this one here is really just saying, what people admire about you is they admire you as a person, and the fact that you might have some admirers out there that what people admire about you is the fact that you have possible suitors that they know about, people that are interested in you that you might not know about, or the fact that there's actually people who really do admire you, and just a simple fact of the person of who you are. With the next card being children, I feel like what people admire about you is you're still a child at heart. You know how to have fun. And this could, and take it how it resonates, you could be a great parent if you do have children. People admire that about you, that your children are very polite. They say they're pleased and thank you, but you go that extra mile for your child, possibly to have fun, maybe take them to, on family vacations and such. And that's what people admire about you. And let's put it that way, what people admire about you is how fun you are just as a person. You still have that like childlike energy, so you can kind of be in any type of, again, like I was saying with the fun here in reverse, time and place, but you can definitely still have fun anywhere. So hanging out with you at any point in time, regardless of what the situation is, you will have fun. With the surrender card here in the reverse, I feel like what people admire about you is you're not somebody who doesn't, how to word this, you're not somebody who, just hears something and then doesn't question it. Like, you question everything. You really, like, if somebody gives you, something to do, if it's something that doesn't make sense, you might, question logically, like, why would I have to do such and such, so I feel like that is, um, what people admire about you, is the fact that, like, people can't just tell you to do things, or you know uh, treat you any type of way without you having some type of comeback, or some type of response, and that's what people admire about you. Deception in the upright, again, I feel like this kind of goes off of the reflection card, right? I feel like that's just saying, again, you're able to see certain people, auras or vibes. You're able to pick up on their vibes, and like the good people, the bad people. You can kind of tell who's doing what, without um, actually knowing. So you could be psychic. It basically is what I'm saying. You could have possibly really good intuition, or your intuition kind of goes off like spidey sense. When you come around somebody shady, and you're like, yeah, I don't really, I don't want to mess with that person. I don't want to be associated with that person. So that's something that people admire about you, is how you're able to really just pick up on people, and say, hey, this person gets the A grade of approval, or this one you toss. um, Truth and reverse here. Okay, and I got my little, there you go. So truth and reverse here, I feel like, again, that kind of leads into deception. You don't like people who are deceptive. You don't like people who have, maybe tell like half truths, or you know maybe you were there in the situation, and when they tell the story, there's truth, fabrications in the story. So you're kind of a person that likes truth, is what I'm picking up here, and that's what people admire about you, is you're a very truthful person. You could be a little blunt, if people ask you a question, you tell them truthfully, and but overall, what I'm getting is you don't like people who aren't very truthful about whatever it is, either A, they're involved in, or B, what they're saying. With the marriage card in the reverse, you possibly take how this resonates. Okay. I feel like, what I'm picking up on the marriage card in reverse is what people admire about you, is it possible that currently that you're single. Okay. And what people admire about you is that you're single. They could be seeing a lot of the suitors, or people who are trying to go after you, and they admire that about you. The fact that, like, you, or maybe it's possible that you're deciding not to get married for something. You're deciding to focus on maybe your business, and that's what people admire about you, is the fact that, like, you don't really, and it's good, and take how this resonates, again, you could possibly be marriage, and you don't allow marriage to be like a third party in your life, where you let that kind of hold you back. Like, you're able to, again, um, multitask, so marriage isn't a burden to you. So take how that resonates to you. Okay. um Shame here in the upright. I feel like you're definitely somebody who, if you do something wrong, you feel, shameful about it, and you will voice it to the person. And that's what people admire about you, is the fact that, you are a righteous person. And I mean, everyone makes mistakes. Okay. So we're not walking around thinking we're gods, but, for the fact that, like, you do own up to things that you do wrong, you take blame, when it is, your fault. And that's something that people admire about you. We have the strength card in reverse. Okay. And what I'm picking up with the strength card in reverse is, I feel like what people admire about you is the fact that, you could be possibly somebody who goes around and tries to, lift people up, for people who, may be in a tough spot, or maybe not seeing a way out of their tough spot. You're definitely, what the people admire about you is the fact that, you'll go over there and still talk to people who possibly aren't doing, as well off as yourself, or as well off as everybody else in the room. You don't allow people to feel, um, I guess when I say weak, you might be somebody who fights for, like, the underdogs. You could be like a union rep, or someone that just represents people who, might not have a voice in things that you do. So that is what people admire about you. I will grab you some advice cards here from Major Pain. And Major Pain, again, is just spirit spirit God, demon, angels, universe, whatever it is you believe in, right? So we have you stupid in the reverse here. All right. We have training day turd in the reverse. All right. I almost had to check to make sure. I'm like, are all the cards in reverse? No, we're good. You're just getting them. Demand respect in reverse. And one Tubby. I love this movie. So bottom of the deck is only one way forward. Okay. So what advice I'm getting here from Major Pain, spirit God, universe, whatever it is you believe in. Okay. Just saying, you stupid. I kind of picking up the energy of, like, you could be at the moment kind of doubting yourself, or maybe just doubting your abilities in something that you're doing. I feel like spirit God, universe, whatever it is you believe in, is just saying, like, stupid, you stupid. Again, like the card says, you're stupid. Like, why are you doubting yourself? You know you can do it. You can get past it. You're strong enough to get past anything. It's all about mindset, right? So training day turd in the reverse, I feel like um, it could be something you're working on. And with that card being in the reverse, again, it could be just simply stating, like, you're not new to this. And even if you are new to this, I feel like you might even have, like, even just the slightest know-how of how things work. Maybe you're just not taking action on it, and this is Major Pain calling you to action. Demand respect, I feel like possibly in some of the relationships that you have, you could possibly not be getting the respect you deserve out of that relationship. Okay. You could be allowing people to disrespect you. And Major Pain here is just saying, if you want that respect, or you want people to look at you maybe even in equal manner, you have to demand that respect from them. Okay. One Tubby in the upright. Plain and simple, right? So he's just saying, possibly you could be gorging right now. I know there's people who do tend to eat their feelings. Nothing wrong with that, right? Everybody has their own, whatever sins, or weaknesses, poisons, right? So this could just be Major Pain calling you out and saying, hey, either stop eating all this junk food, or maybe you've been slacking on your workouts. This is just Major Pain reminding you to get up and get those workouts in. Okay. Only one way forward. Again, this is just spirit just saying, get up, get moving. We're not looking back. We're not stopping for anything. Keep it pushing, right? This has been Hollywood Oracle. Thank you for tuning in. Group number 1 on what do people admire about you, and I will see you on the next one. Go ahead, leave a like, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep up with the latest, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you. Hello, group number two. Welcome to Hollywood Oracle. This is what do people admire about you? Let's see what the card you got here. Advice in the reverse. We got the joy in the upright here. We got the courage card in the reverse. All right. Ooh. All right. Twin flame card in the upright. You don't want to go in. Reflection card in the reverse. So what's going on with you guys? Anything new? Let me know down in the comments. We got the death card in the upright. Spring's finally, well, I don't want to say finally. It's not in full effect, but it's, I guess, around the corner. I got tulips coming up. I got bleeding hearts coming up. Growing some vegetables currently. So everything's thriving around here. Let me know if you're gardening anything, what you got going. I got like 30 bell pepper plants going. I don't know how that's going to work out. I keep meaning to Google how they're going to look. But admirer card here. The faith card in the upright. All right. It's meant to come out. It will again. We have the hiding card in the upright. All right, we got two. We have children card in the upright. The lost card in the upright. The wisdom card in the upright. And one more for me. Boom. Free. And I'm free. You guys know the words. Free falling. All right. Bottom of the deck is third party card in the upright. All right. Let's see here. Group number two. What do people admire about you? We got the advice card. Overall here for and that's in the reverse. So what do people admire about you? I feel like people what people admire about you, they probably give you advice and you don't end up taking their advice, or you still end up making the decision that you want to make. And that's what people admire about you, is even though maybe somebody's advice was the better option of the maybe the choices that you had chosen, you still did what you felt was right. You still followed your own heart, and that's what people admire about you. So it's possible that you could have achieved something based off of following your own kind of intuition and your own know-how, right? What people admire about you, we have the joy card here, and what people admire is the fact that I feel like you're a joyous person. You're, kind of overall a very happy person. You could possibly dance randomly when music comes on, or if you hear music in the store, like myself, while you're grocery shopping, you might tend to sing the song or dance to it possibly. Um, with the courage card in the reverse here, I feel like in the reverse, what people admire about you, and I know it's in reverse, but I'm going to say it like this. What people admire about you is the fact that you actually, um, you know, you might lack the courage to do something, but you still get it done, is what I'm picking up here. So you might even kind of talk yourself down from doing things, but in the end, you still end up doing that thing that you were kind of talking yourself out of. And I feel like that's what people admire about you, is even though sometimes you lack the courage to do things, or you don't have the courage to maybe come out about something, whatever the situation is. people admire the fact that regardless, you do end up doing just that. With the twin flame card in the upright here, I feel like what people admire about you is it's possible that you just come off as such an amazing person that people, you might get a lot of times that people feel, like there is a connection between you two when really you were just being nice, or you're just colleague, your coworkers, or maybe your classmates, whatever the case is, or maybe that's just you doing your job, but it's possible that a lot of people meet you and end up thinking that like there's something between you two when there really isn't, right? So that's kind of what people admire about you, is maybe just the way that you make them feel, based on their emotions or whatever the situation is. Maybe you're the only person that told them to have a nice day today, or maybe you're the only person that asked them how their day was. So I feel like what people admire about you is definitely the fact that other people also see you as this kind of relationship material type person, and a lot of people get the impression that you like them based off of the person that you are, just being nice to them, right? um Reflection here in the reverse. I feel like with the reflection card in the reverse, what people admire about you is you're somebody who can definitely look at people and kind of see, the people who maybe have reached kind of like a certain mentality in their brain, and they don't want to grow any further than what they have, right? So you can tell that they're not either A, reflecting on maybe something that has happened in their past, or B, just reflecting on life in general, and saying, put connecting the dots more so. Like, for example, if the sink is overflowing and water's leaking into the basement, you're putting buckets downstairs, and um, maybe something on the roof, or the ceiling in the basement, but never actually going upstairs and turning off the water, right? So like you can kind of see how in people, how they can kind of ignore situations or something because it doesn't necessarily have to do with them. So you can just kind of sense people, pick up people's vibes of people who aren't reflecting on, again, something that could have happened in their past, or just situations in which the answer is obvious. It's just they're not really taking the time to actually see because they believe that they're right, right? um with the death card here in the upright, I feel like what people admire about you is just saying that you're able to you're one of the people who's able to just kind of put things to rest, kind of once you decided, that's the end of it, and you don't really go back on that. Like, it could be talking about relationships, it could be business deals, take how it resonates for you, but I feel like people really admire the fact that once you have said you're done with something, that is the end of it, you're done with that, right? um, with the admire card in the upright, I feel like this is actually people who just admire who you are as a person, or people actually admire the fact that actually admire you. Again, with the twin flame card, people just admire you, based on the person that you are, your personality, how you talk to them. They probably think that there's, again, something between you two, and there really isn't. So let them know. Don't drag those people on or lead them on, right? So, with the faith card in the upright, though, which has the handbook right there, um, I feel like what people admire about you is it's possible that you're religious, or you at least follow some type of code or honor. You have some type of morals that people admire. People admire the fact of how strong you stick to those morals, how strong you stick to that religion, and how strong you stick to um, just your moral codes, right? So that's what people admire about you is, if you said this is, you know for example, if you say you'll never tell a lie, like Abraham Lincoln, right? You never tell a lie. So that's what people admire about you is, whatever it is that you follow, this has either A, made you a better person, and and B, for example, you follow that, and people know that based off of whatever that is, they know, they admire the fact that you stick to that. With the hiding card in the upright, I feel like what people admire about you is you kind of keep to yourself, right? You might be a little bit mysterious. For example, you might not know whose hands are in that card, right? So, um, what people admire about you is, the fact that I feel like you stay out of the way. You don't necessarily, I know this card says hiding, but I'm not getting that you hide. I feel like you just, stay out of the way. You really don't involve yourself in things that don't necessarily, include you. And that's what people admire about yourself is you're not someone that kind of jumps into either conversations or jumps into all the problems going on at work, or all the gossip. Like you just kind of stick to yourself, and that's what people admire about you. With the children card here in the upright, what people admire about you is, excuse me, I'm going to grab a drink here. What people admire about you here with the children card in the upright, I feel like that is really just saying that people admire the fact that you still could have a childlike energy. You're able to still have fun as if you were a child. You might still enjoy some things that are meant for a child. I know I myself do enjoy some of my daughter's toys. So, and that's only because, I grew up and toys didn't, move, talk, or all communicate with each other. So kids got some pretty cool toys now, right? They got a lot more options than I had. Most of the toys, the arms just moved up and down and the legs moved up and down. And if you were lucky, the head might spin. That was it. That was as far as our toys went. So, you know, what all that to say, what people admire about you is the fact that you still have a childlike energy or presence, and people admire the fact that you're still able to still be new to things and still have that kind of child energy when learning new things and experiencing new things. Okay. With the lost card in the upright, I'm picking up here that what people admire about you is you're not afraid to be lost, right? And let me further explain that in just saying what people admire about you is the fact that you might be like that old saying when people say, everyone who wanders isn't lost. Like you might wander, you like to explore different things. You could be somebody who travels a lot, going to new countries overseas, or maybe you're just somebody who seeks out new experiences like myself. And that's what people admire about you is not necessarily that you're always growing, even though I view that as a form of growing, experiencing new things, but the fact that you're still seeking out the new things and being okay in that energy of, I don't know, A, necessarily what I'm doing, or B, where I'm at, but I'm still willing to explore this new surrounding, right? With the wisdom card in the upright, I feel like you could be just somebody who has an old soul, or maybe you're just tapped into, your intuition very, well, or, a higher state of being. So what people admire about you is the fact that, maybe you say some things that people are thinking about, or maybe they're wondering about, and you just kind of walk up and say, "Hey, what's going on?" They tell you what's going on, and you just tell them the answer, as quickly as I snap my fingers. Sorry if that was loud for some of you viewers, but again, people just view you with a lot of wisdom, and that's what people admire about you is the fact that you hold a lot of knowledge, whether it's pertaining to one certain subject, or just the fact that you pertain a lot of knowledge about a lot of subjects. People admire the fact about you that you know so much. With the free card in the upright as your last card, again, I feel like this is just going off of you know the lost card here, which is, again, you're just a free overall person. Like you're free. You like to experience new things. As someone says you're down to ride, you're down to ride. You're down to go with them. Check out whatever's new. Again, maybe it, not listening to advice that somebody told you to not go there or not do this, but you're such a free spirited person that you went anyways, and that's something that people admire about you. With the third party card here as the bottom of the deck energy, I feel like what people admire about you is just the fact that you're able to do so much, and the fact that you're able to still be organized or still be level-headed with doing all that. Because I mean, let's be honest. Let's say if you're, somebody with kids, right? You work a 40-hour work week. You still have dinner, you have clothes and all that such and such to do, right? But you still somehow find time to travel, go new places, experience new things. And what that's something that people admire about you is how you're just able to keep day-to-day life so organized and focused, and still able to involve yourself in extracurricular things or extra things when people just feel like just the day-to-day tasks run them out of energy, right? We're going to pull you some advice cards from Major Pain here. Major Pain, again, here is Spirit, God, Universe, whatever it is you believe in. That is who Major Pain is. What are your goals? Okay, so there could be something that you're, working on currently. That you're trying to see growth from. This is Spirit, God, Universe just saying, hey, we can only help you so much. So put in the effort with us and we will see you through. Okay. We have boundaries in the reverse. In the reverse, I feel like this is just Spirit, God, Universe, whatever it is you believe in, just saying, they've noticed that you've been possibly working on your boundaries. Okay. With it in the upright, I feel like that would say that you do have those boundaries set in place. With it in reverse, I feel like they're telling you to work on the boundaries, even though I do feel like there has been some work put in. But it's possible, again, maybe there's just some relationships that you're in, whether they're friendly, platonic, right, or if they're sexual or relationship wise, work on the boundary. So if this person doesn't do something that you like, or or they do something that you don't like, right? Or maybe this is a work thing where somebody at work, for instance, my name is Antonio, and I constantly at work get called Anthony, right? So work on your boundaries. I feel like this is really just saying, or possibly you have those people at work who want to have longer conversations with you. Maybe they ask you a lot of questions about what's going on, what you're working on, etc., etc., right? This is just saying work on your boundaries. Maybe make your circles a little bit smaller. Do what you have to. This is just Major Pain saying to work on that. We have know thy enemy in reverse. So I feel like, again, there could be somebody around you that you kind of trust, or maybe there's just people around you who you don't trust, but you tend to talk a little bit too much, or maybe they ask you questions and again you give them too much information. So with know thy enemy, again, I feel like this could just be Spirit, God, Universe, whatever it is you believe in, just saying, watch I'm trying not to swear. So watch yourself. Watch your own back, right? You came into this world by yourself and you'll probably leave the same way. So, make sure you always got two eyes in front and two eyes in back, right? Because it's possible you're saying that somebody in your circle is not to be trusted, right? All right. Only one way forward. Okay, bottom of the deck is no whining in reverse. So maybe you have been complaining, maybe you've been playing the victim. This is just Spirit, God, Universe saying, hey, no victim, stop your whining, pretty much, right? Or the fact that you haven't been whining, you've been very grateful. Take how it resonates for you. You've been very grateful, and they just wanted to say that they're proud of you for, kind of putting your head down, working hard, not whining about, the things that have been thrown in your way, right? With only one way forward. Again, that literally just says look towards the future, right? You could be having thoughts of the past, maybe reminiscing about things. This is Spirit, God, Universe just saying keep it forward, keep the train chugging in the right direction, right? So this has been Hollywood Oracle, and this has been What Do People Admire About You? Thank you for tuning in. Group number 2, thank you if you've been here before for coming back, and thank you if you are tuning in for the first time. I appreciate it. We will see you on the next one, or I will. Take care. Oh, all right. Hello, hello. Welcome to Hollywood Oracle. Thank you for coming back if you've been here before, and thank you for tuning in if this is your first time. Let's see, what do people admire about you? We have the deception card in the upright if you chose group number 3 here. So let's see, what do people admire? We have a third party card in the upright. We have the attractive card in the reverse. We have the shame card in the upright. One more to finish out this row. We have the strength card in the reverse. Oh, hello. All right, we have the mirroring card in the upright. We have the peace card in the upright. Or I'm sorry, the mirroring card in reverse and the peace card in the upright. That was 2 cards. Hiding in the upright. One more to finish out this row here. Home card in the upright. All right, lost card in the upright. Come on now. Patience card in the upright. So what's going on, group number 3? What's going on in your life? Spring is kind of around the corner. It tricked us. It was like nice for like a week. We have the rest card in reverse. And then it went back to snowing. So I got tulips coming up. I got other flowers. We have the death card in the upright. Other things coming up, vegetables. So I'm really hoping, the sun stays out here. Gifts in the upright. So let's see. This card fell down. Gratitude in the upright. So I'll keep it out for you. How's that sound? Okay. Got one extra card. Don't tell the other piles. So let's get into this. Let me grab a drink first. Okay. We have the deception card in the upright. So what people like about you, I feel like the fact that you're not obviously what the word is deceptive, but you a person that is definitely not manipulative. I feel like you are kind of a straightforward person. You kind of tell people what it is, what it ain't, right? And that's what people admire about you, is just the fact of how forward you are, whether it's bluntly or whether it's sugar coated. People definitely admire that about you. Okay. Your next card here is third party. So what people admire about you is the fact that you definitely could have a lot on your plate, or maybe you just juggle a lot of things, right? And what people admire about you is the fact that you're able to keep all that juggling and keep it pushing, keep it moving, right? And still make advances, still see growth in your life with all this stuff on your plate. And that's what people admire about you. With the attractive card in the reverse, I feel like what people admire about you is it possible that you allow yourself to be seen in maybe an unattractive way, right? And that could just be, honestly, maybe when you leave the house on the weekends, since you dress up for work, you'll wear the sweats, or take that how that resonates. But I feel like what people admire about you is it's possible that you're a female that doesn't wear makeup. You're all natural. Okay, and I'm not saying that you're not an attractive person. I'm just saying the fact that women admire that about you, that the fact that you don't have to wear makeup in order to be attractive or feel attractive. Okay, and for my men here, I feel like you could do things. How to explain this? You could possibly do things that maybe not every woman would be into, but you don't let that stop you from doing it. So, for instance, let's say, for example, put it this way: I thought that the mullet had died, right? As far as a hairdo goes, you could be a guy rocking a mullet. So far, I think I know maybe 2 or even 3 people who are rocking a mullet right now. So I'm not saying that you're not an attractive person. I'm just saying that maybe you don't lock yourself in the box of what society says beauty standards are. So I kind of feel, I don't feel like you're necessarily an unattractive person. You just might have a different type of fashion sense or something like that that is true to you. And that's what people admire about you, is you don't really care necessarily how people might view you for dressing this way or being this type of way. But you don't let that stop you from doing that, right? um, Shame card in the upright. What people admire about you is you're definitely somebody who will sit with things that they've done. Right, you'll own up to the what problems that you've caused. You'll take the blame for things. Like, you're definitely somebody, pretty much a stand-up person, and that's what people admire about you. Is you don't have a problem accepting blame for something that you caused. Okay. um, and the fact that it's possible that in the past uh, you could have possibly felt shamed, or there maybe been a group of people shaming you for some type of situation. But within the upright, I feel like you overcame that situation. That it's something that people admire about you, that possibly, even if there are rumors and such going on around work or school, whatever the situation is, you still go to work and school, and um, trying not to cuss here. So you still kill it, right? You still do what you need to. Strength here in the reverse. I feel like what people admire about you is you definitely help out people who might be the underdog. Um, it's possible that you just, help people who are less fortunate. And not saying that they're just lesser beings. I feel like you what people admire about you is the fact that you don't look at people uh, as less for having less, if that makes sense. So you're kind to homeless people, and you're kind to CEOs. Like, you don't have a switch between how you treat people. And that's something that people like about you, is the fact that, like, even if somebody is doing down and out, you don't judge them for being that way. You still treat them with that same respect. Okay. um, and you still kind of fight for the people who are not as strong. So, like the little guys, you could possibly be a lawyer. You could possibly work for a union or something of some sort. um, Next, you have the mirroring card in the reverse. So I feel like what people admire about you is the fact that you could be a trendsetter yourself. Like, you don't follow the trends. I, for one, don't follow the trends. I don't even know what the trend is right now, but I'm definitely not rocking it. I can give you that one. I don't own any Crocs, even though I hear them, they're the most comfortable shoe ever. Um, so take how that resonates for you. What people admire about you is you are the person who sets a trend, or you don't follow the trends. You don't copy how people are. You are your own authentic self, and that's what people admire about you. Okay. With the peace card here, I feel like what people admire about you is you could be the peace bringer, right? Is maybe you know how to calm down situations that have gotten out of hand, or maybe you're just a very zen, calm person, and that's what people like about you, is you're just a person that's very chill, very calm. They feel like they can come to and ask questions to, and just be around. Or maybe you're just somebody who likes to sitting, not necessarily awkward silences, but just quiet silences. I like that myself. I like to just kind of sit in silence, or just play some music, and that's it. Like, there's you don't always have to be talking. So maybe that's something that people admire about you, if people kind of like that around you. Um, People admire that fact about you, that you're very peaceful, you're very zen, you're very calm. You're not really involved in too much drama. Okay. Or the fact that you're able to make friends, very easily as well. We have the hiding card in the upright next, and I feel like what people admire about you is just the simple fact that you kind of stick to yourself, right? You don't involve yourself in things that don't involve you. right? So, I don't feel like you're necessarily hiding from anything. You just kind of keep to yourself, and you don't, try to get people's attention. Um, Home card in the upright. I feel like what people admire about you is just, generally how you make them feel. Like you make them feel like home when they're around you. Could be, you have a very loving, warm kind of embrace if you hug people, or, you just have just kind of like a warming energy that makes people feel comfortable around you. But to some people, you feel like home, or you do have a lovely home. Okay, and that's something people admire about you is maybe how well you keep your home. If you're like a neat freak, or people just admire maybe the outside of your home, as I need to get out there and put down some more mulch and cut the grass. So maybe people admire how your house looks from the outside. Okay. With the lost card in the upright here, I feel like what people admire about you is like the old saying goes, is even though you wander, you're not lost. So that's something that people admire about you, is your willingness to get out in those new environments that you don't know too well, and you're able to explore new things, and not necessarily again be lost, but just be in a new environment. And that's what people admire about you, is your willingness, I guess, to be lost, right? Patience here in the upright. I feel like what people like about you is just the fact of how much patience you have. You don't rush things. You kind of, maybe you always let people go first through the doorway, or you hold the door for the old lady who's walking 2 miles an hour, and she's halfway down the block, right? And you still hold the door for her. People just admire the amount of patience you have. Or maybe there's somebody in the workplace that irritates everyone, but somehow you're able to put up with this person or deal with this person. And that's something that people admire about you, is just the fact that you have so much patience. Okay. With the rest card in the reverse, I feel like what people admire about you is, even though you might not be getting a lot of sleep, whether that's due to children, whether it's due to having two jobs in this economy, right? Or if you just do a lot of things. What people admire about you is the fact that you could not be getting the amount of recommended sleep, right? But you're still able to keep kicking. And that's something that people admire about you, is you have a lot of energy, whether you slept 8 hours or you slept no hours, 2 hours. Like, you keep going, right? And that's something that people admire about you, is the fact that you're a busy person. You're always kind of working, always kind of doing what you need to do. um, with the deaf card in the upright, what people admire about you is definitely how you are able to kind of put endings to things. You're not really one to drag things out for months, or you kind of make your overall decision, and that is how things are. There is no really buts, ands. Let me get back to you. You make your decision, and then you stick with that. And that's something that people admire about you, in the way that you're able to put an end to things. With gratitude in the upright, your extra card here, what people admire about you is you show a lot of gratitude. Maybe you have a gratitude journal, or maybe on your way to work, you say what you're grateful for, or maybe you say what you're grateful for in the office during lunch. Maybe you bless your food, which I don't really see too much anymore. I mean, I remember when I used to see that like everywhere as a kid. Off topic here, but there are people who, like my mom, she she blesses her food, and she thanks God for her food every time before she eats. So people just admire the fact that you're so grateful whenever they give you something. Maybe people give you things very often, and people admire the fact that you're just the type of person that people just want to give things to you, or that you're just so accepting and grateful for the things that they are, whether they're big, small, or minuscule, right? And as I'm saying that, gifts is in the upright, right above it as the bottom of the deck card. So and you think I would have saw it looking, but I was honestly just staring right at the gratitude card. With the gifts card, it's possible you're a great gift giver, right? So you're the kind of the person who assesses people. Maybe you keep an ear out as people are talking, and they kind of slip up and say maybe they're dealing with some type of issue, and the perfect thing to buy them to get them over that hump. Or maybe you've seen some TikTok of some home device that can help somebody over, get do some kind of project or maybe make more space, and you buy that for them. So I feel like what people admire about you is just the gifts that you give, how giving you are, and the fact that your gifts kind of come from the heart, or just the fact that you pay attention enough to them to get them the perfect gift. Okay. I'm going to grab you some advice cards from Major Pain here from the Major Advice deck. Um, and a Major Pain is just a spirit, God, universe, whatever it is you believe in, right? And we're just going to get some messages here. Stand your ground. Okay, so if you're going through something that, um, they're just, spirit here is telling you to stand your ground, don't move. Love is for everyone. And that's in the reverse. So it's possible right now. I don't feel like Major Pain is saying that you don't deserve love or anything like that. Maybe they're possibly just saying at the moment that there could be some things that you need to work on for that type of love that you're looking for to come into place, right? So love is for everyone, and I truly do believe that. And with Stand Your Ground Turd, maybe it's possible that you're going through something currently that involves love. The person you're involved with is maybe asking something, of you that you do not want, or maybe they're asking you something that you don't believe should be asked of you, right? With the love is for everyone in reverse. I pulled them. Let's do, it's effing relax. Okay. And show no mercy. So again, this could be talking about the first thing we talked about here, but effing relax is telling you just to get some rest. Okay. And clean this up is on the bottom of the deck. That could be telling you that you're in some type of situation that you either need to clean up, or maybe they're just telling you to do some spring cleaning. I know I definitely need to. I have actually started like 2 weeks ago, slowly just getting stuff out of my house, getting rid of things that I don't use anymore, because why do I have it, right? But I do have the tendency to, I'm one of those like keep things just in case people, if I ever need such a thing. So you could ask me for something very random, and it's possible that I have it or something close that could do whatever it is you're asking for, right? So I I don't know. I know. So maybe this is just telling you to do some spring cleaning. Show no mercy. Again, I feel like that's like stand your ground, right? Whatever you're attacking, go harder. Go well. I don't want to make that sexual reference, right? Go harder. Go faster. Um, don't 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 mind me. Show no mercy, right? Just keep attacking. Okay, go forward. You know which direction you should be going in, and relax. Get some rest. Remember to take some breaks, take some minutes out, especially if somebody who works in front of a screen all day. Take a minute, rub your eyes out, look at something at a distance, just take 5 to yourself. Okay. Or if you're someone who stands all the time, take 5 minutes, and just, if you can, lean up against a wall or something, right? All right. Thank you for tuning in to Hollywood Oracle. This has been your read group number 3. I will see you on the next one. Go ahead, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if this resonated with you. Let me know how. And I will see you. I think I said it already, but I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Bye.